Hello, fellow classmates. I hope that you are all doing well and having a great end to the semester. I am going to be speaking about our leadership memo final. For this project, I focused on an organization called Jewish Vocational Services, or JVS for short. This organization, founded in 1938, is one of Boston's greatest and largest providers of adult education and workforce development services. Initially, it was founded to support Jewish immigrants and refugees who were coming to the United States predominantly from Europe as Nazism was on the rise there. But today it serves a very different client base of refugees and immigrants. The client base represents over 90 nations speaking 50 languages. And I selected this organization because I felt that it was aligned with my own values as a Jewish individual. And I think that it's very powerful that even though they've changed the baseline demographic of who they serve, they are still staying true to their core values of their founding. When I was selecting a specific program within the organization, I wanted to make sure that I was focusing both on economic and workforce development while also highlighting a program that bridged cultural divides. So I ultimately settled on JVS's English for Advancement, or EFA, program. EFA is a service to JVS clients and the immigrant and refugee community in Greater Boston, and it takes a two-pronged approach to its work. One is that they offer English classes during the week, Monday through Friday, and the second is they secure one-on-one coaching for individuals focused on professional development to help with job search and career advice, which could include interview preparation, skills training, and job assistance. And even if one is eligible, financial assistance for earning additional certificates to advance one's career. So they're really, again, focused on bridging that cultural gap, some of the language barriers, but also providing and utilizing the tools and skills that these clients of theirs naturally possess, but just need additional assistance in order to maximize their own strengths. They also work very closely with the Boston business community. And do a lot of partnership work in identifying where there are employment needs within the greater Boston business space. It has been a very successful program so far by several metrics, including earnings for EFA participants in only 7 years having increased by nearly 7%. And it's been proven to be a particular benefit to individuals who struggle with low and intermediate English skills and parents with children under the age of 18 living in their household. One thing that they also did that I thought was relevant to our class is that they focused on a program and a model that would, based on what they already know about the greater Boston space, work, and did a lot of on-the-ground listening before developing this program and before taking on clients. This program is also a part of their larger refugee and immigrant work, and I did an interview with the director of that division of JVS who shared a lot of the aspects of the program that I am talking about. One thing that I will note is that even though it has been a successful program and frankly the first of its kind in the state of Massachusetts, partnering with government and other nonprofit entities to help it succeed, they do focus a lot on equity, and obviously this is important because the people who are participating in this are individuals who don't have as much of a leg up as one might if they were a citizen born here in the United States and already had English fluently as their first language. I will also note that the program does not take undocumented immigrants, so everyone who's using this program, there are other services at JVS where that's not the case, but for EFA, it is only documented immigrants with full legal status. Even though that is the case, there are a lot of challenges that the program faces, namely due to attacks on immigrant and refugee populations at the federal level. There's been a lot of fear instilled in the individuals who are participating in this program. Since the November 2024 election, for instance, JVS has seen a significant drop off in the amount of people who are attending in-person classes and in-person trainings because they are afraid of being picked up by ICE or otherwise being harmed in some capacity. The business community has suffered as well with changes at the federal level because there are a lot of immigration policies that are making it challenging for businesses to hire from the immigrant community, and there's frankly a lot of uncertainty about what some of those policies will be because a lot of them are caught up in the courts. They also receive funding for this program from both individual donors as well as local and state funds and other foundational support. And that's going to just continue to be an ongoing challenge because those are not always going to be the most stable revenue sources. With all of this in mind, I tried to make suggestions focused on three key aspects of what we've learned in the course. One is on bridge building, and the idea from the book that we read and the chapters that we reviewed that a lot of ways to produce effective leadership and decision making is by bringing disparate groups of a community together who might have different incentives but want to solve similar problems and build trust and align resources. The other thing that I focused on in my suggestions was empathy, because we learned that empathy is a key aspect in public administration and decision making, and really helps society as a whole move forward in terms of what we are providing for those most at the margins. And then finally, I thought about data as a shared language from a recent module we did, and the importance of creating localized data that individuals within a community can see, and democratizing information to demonstrate how programs can be successful. So with all this in mind, there are a few things that I suggest. One is to advocate for continued public affirmations of support for the immigrant and refugee community by both governmental partners and leaders like Mayor Wu and Governor Healy, as well as internal leaders at JVS, such as their Chief Advancement Officer and President and CEO. I also think that they could create and host a town hall alongside other nonprofits in the space for business leaders and key stakeholders to come and share what some of their concerns and challenges have been in order to produce the best results and advice for those groups going forward as it relates to this program. And finally, I think that JVS should create a centralized database for the instructors and trainers of the EFA program to be able to consistently track the progress of their clients, including how their English is improving, how many jobs they've applied to, and the status of their interview process. And I think that this database and analytics should be public facing. Those are my suggestions. I think it's a strong program with room for ongoing success and improvement. I hope that you've enjoyed listening to my presentation, and thank you very much.